championship, beating Lunenburg 3-2. On the backhander, it's 1-0 Greenfield. Here's one, and it slams it home. Aaron Landry is going to go all the way to the house. Division 3A state championship, beating Lunenburg 3-2, and they're mugging Riley Grove. High school basketball on Frontier Community Access Television. Tonight's game, the newly empty Goodnoe Gymnasium. The Frontier Redhawks play host to the Turners Falls Thunder. Hi again, everyone. This is Chris Collins along with Zach Lino. And Kevin Murphy and Alec Eckler are here. We are live at Goodnoe Gymnasium, and this should be an interesting matchup tonight.
Should be a good one.
Frontier coming off a big win over Hopkins. Things a little bit different. There's no introduction of starting lineups. They're just going to get right into the game. They'll start it at half court. And this will be a much more compressed version of a broadcast that we're used to having, but this is the COVID age, so here we go. Turners Falls.
Good defense early by Frontier.
Taylor Green now with the ball on the right side. Green back top of the key to Young. Feeds the paint and it's pulled away. Frontier with the steal.
You can see Frontier's moving it quick here early when they push that tempo.
Warren now with it. Goes left side to Bidwell. Back over to Warren, now in the corner. Bounce pass in the paint. Nice post move. Up
rebound
by Dulett. Rebound pulled down by the Thunder. At least once or twice I'll call them the Indians at some point during the game, but they are the Thunder.
Look at that defensive pressure.
Yeah, the Frontier's girls have been known for their defense the last few years. Their jump shot is way wide by Young. Rebound pulled back. And off the break, here come the Hawks. Top of the key to Sierra Warren. Lob in the corner to Dulett. Dulett stopped, shut off, throws it into the backcourt, and this is going to be a backcourt violation. Come all the way back down. It'll be Thunder ball with no score on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it looks like early Turners is just trying to keep Frontier out of the paint. Obviously, Frontier is fairly strong with their big men position, so they're just trying to keep them out of that danger zone.
Yeah, they give away a lot of height to the Thunder does to the Redhawks. Young throwing it in. That goes into the backcourt.
Oh, wow. This could be danger.
And laid up and in as getting to the ball first for the Hawks.
Early points by LaFord.
As Kylie LaFord. 2-0 Frontier. 6:33 to go first quarter. Bounce pass on the right side. Now in the middle it goes. Double dribble. I don't call it travel. Either way, extra step means we're going the other way.
Yeah, turnover for Turners.
That was Dylan Burnett. And now Dulett inbounds, the senior. Up ahead to Caitlin Mackin. Mackin in the corner. Back over to Warren. Try to feed the paint again.
Off.
And again, good job by Turners to get the hand on the ball.
Yeah, all they got their hands in the right position and sniped it off from them.
Right side elbow, and they lose control. Bump, and this is going to be a bumping foul in the paint.
Yeah, didn't have feet set. Obviously, positioning is very important in basketball. Did you catch who they called that on?
I did not see the post. It is posted, number 13. And that would be
Charlotte.
Yep. And there's a steal. Nicely done.
Oh, what hustle.
Yeah, that was Kylie LaFord right there, the sophomore. Got a hand on the ball, and Frontier will get it back.
And Frontier, they like to pressure you early. They like to see what they can throw at you, what they can find kind of holes in your defensive system, and they'll pluck away at you throughout the game.
Dulett kicks it back outside now, top of the key. Bounce pass down low to Dulett.
Oh,
It up and
beautiful
in.
post play.
Yeah, she's really good. Charlotte is in the paint. 4-0. Frontier, 5:34 to go first quarter. Live on Frontier Community Access Television.
What defense by Mackin.
Yeah, they really locked down Hopkins the other night and turned it on in one quarter, scoring 21 points. So this is exactly what we expect. Timeout on the floor, and we'll take the break. 5:22 to go first quarter. 4-0 Frontier. This is Red Hawk basketball on Frontier Community Access Television. Also on the air tonight on our radio station, local radio station Bear Country, the Frontier boys are at Turner taking on the Thunder. So that's the way I think this is going to probably be scheduled out. You'll have the girls playing in one venue and then the boys playing in the other venue against the same opponent. But it's interesting to see the difference in the way the huddles are handled.
Yeah.
Because, again, social distancing is a big part of this. And I'm looking at a whole bunch of modifications, 3 pages worth of rule modifications on the way these games are conducted. So, 'tis the age we're in until whatever this thing is goes away. Hopefully soon.
Well, obviously, we're lucky to still just see the play in general.
That's correct. Inbound pass goes to Sierra Warren. Quick shot up. No good. Rimmed out. It's still going to be Frontier ball.
But you have to give Frontier credit. They missed a shot and they really went to crash the glass. There wasn't any dilly-dallying.
The forward inbounds it. Cross court to Warren. And Sierra took an extra step in that pass.
Yeah.
She was looking to hit Rebecca Bridwell in the left elbow and ended up taking an extra step. So the Thunder will get it back, still looking for their first point in this one. Little bump and run by Maddie Lee Matainen. She got knocked down. Wow, she really went right after the four.
Yeah. And I think that's what you have to do, though, as Turners. You have to stay aggressive. You have to match Frontier's pace. You can't let them intimidate you early.
Taylor Green to inbound it. Green lobs it in to Emily Young. Young loses control.
Oh, great hands.
Poked away into the back.
In trouble.
And Turners comes away with it. Green, top of the key. Right side. Quick jumper. Back iron hits the top of the backboard. That was taken by Young. And it will go back the other way. Let inbounds to Mackin. Long lead pass ahead.
Yeah, a lot of large passes this game so far.
Caitlin in the corner. Quick jumper. Hits the side of the iron. No good. Rebound put back. And following the play was LaFord. And she got fouled on the way up. .440 to go, first quarter, 4-0. Frontier with the lead. That defense has been the story here in the first quarter for the Frontier Redhawks.
Returners, you got to start trying to run different plays here. See what works.
And a bounce pass, reach-in foul is called. And I think they're going to get maybe Dulett again. Nope. This time they got Kylie LaFord, her first, team second. Inbound right in front of us.
And if your Turners picking up fouls like that aren't insignificant in helping your effort here. Those can hurt late game.
Well, you got to put the ball in the hole at some point.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet. Running hook shot blocked nicely by Dulett.
Yeah, it was great defensive positioning.
Well, Dulett's not easy to get around either. She positioned herself perfectly there. Ball went out of bounds and Turners to inbound. They got 5 seconds and they get it in to Brooks Thayer. Brooks Thayer
all over him.
Over to Taylor Green. Back to Thayer. A lot of confusion in that backcourt.
Yeah, and Turners can barely get it into the painted zone at all.
A jumper from the elbow is an air ball, and that is a shot clock violation. So again, the defense of Frontier the story.
Suffocating. Oh, some subs.
Couple of subs coming in for the Hawks. Elena Mays Pullen into the game. And also coming in, looks like Brianna Starozic, I believe.
Yeah, and Hannah
Oh, no, I'm
Mackin.
sorry. It's Abby Howard.
3 subs for Frontier.
Inside to Howard. Howard
Oh,
draws
good
triple
defense.
coverage. Yeah, I guess. Quick passing around. Jumper from the elbow. And we've got a loose ball foul called against Taylor Green. Actually, no. Who did they get?
Looked like Taylor Green. Yep.
No. They actually called that on Caitlin Mackin.
Oh.
So Turner's got the ball. So Mackin gets a foul. Her first, team's third. Nobody in foul trouble yet.
And obviously, if you're Frontier, not much to complain about defense. Well, offensively, you got to start making a few of these open looks.
Lima Tannen now looking for someone to pass to. Bounce pass left side to Thayer. Thayer goes up strong. Shot, no good. Put back, no good. And the rebound. Battled for,
Ooh.
and a lot of contact.
Yeah. A little aggressive on the low post, but if you're Turners, you can't knock the energy.
And it's going to be a foul on Turner's, I believe. They're first. And that's going to be on Morgan DeBias. Inbound pass goes to Hannah Mackin. Drive through is shut off and blocked, and Turner's comes back the other way.
There's a drive.
Right side it goes. And they finally got that's the first
Yeah.
clean lane to the basket they've had all night.
And it was off the fast break, though. Notice that they pushed the tempo. They saw Frontier wasn't set, and they tried to seize the opportunity.
I think Thayer was almost surprised that there was that much daylight
Yeah.
between her and the basket. Elena Mays Pullen throws it in to Mackin. Caitlin lobs it up ahead.
Cross-court pass, no good.
It goes through the hands of Abby Howard.
And if you're Frontier, you got to be a little bit worried about the amount of turnovers early here.
Yeah, ball control is really important, but the way they're playing defense right now, they're pitching a shutout
Yeah.
right now, so.
It's making up for any weaknesses so far. Oh, look at that. Speaking of defense.
Yeah, you might get through one Frontier player like that, but you're not going to get through the second just trying to do the
Weave, yeah.
weaving blood and guts routine by yourself. Throwing it in front of us is LaFord into Mays Pullen. Mays Pullen, right corner.
And that's one thing that's really different about this Frontier team is it doesn't matter if they're up 30 or down 30. They're going to play with that same amount of energy.
That's correct. And loose ball in the paint. Hannah Mackin is out there running the point for Frontier right now. They've moved Mays Pullen to a shooting guard. And inbound pass goes to Maddie Lee Matanen. Crosses the timeline, right side. As the Thunder trying to get some semblance of rhythm here offensively.
Oh, beautiful inside pass.
Lee Matanen with a pass, a little overplay, and the shot by Spiro was no good. Rebound control by Frontier, so the shutout continues. Mays Pullen now stops. This is up very nearly a backcourt violation there. Caitlin Mackin underneath the basket. Bit of a home run ball there to Hannah Mackin. So Mackin to Mackin did not happen.
And look at this. Frontier's willing to do a three-quarter press. Oh, and kicked off from behind.
From behind. Emily Young loses control. Tried to pass it to Elaine Matanen. Got tapped into the backcourt. Now at the top of the key. Tie up for it.
Just suffocating defense.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive. And basketball, Dylan Burnett checking into the game for Turners.
And you know the old saying, defense wins championships.
Yeah,
so.
well, right now it's doing the job. Mays Pullen now, right side it goes. And shut off on the baseline. Now high off the glass and no good, but fouled on the way up, I believe. And it'll be 1-and-1 or two shots actually for Caitlin Mackin.
Yeah, they called the foul on Perez.
This is they pull everybody off of the lane, which is something new.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that distancing thing. Now everybody comes back into the lane. That wasn't a technical, I don't believe.
Not quite everybody. You can't have the short extra player on it.
Oh, so the first one
Yeah.
is by yourself. Then the second one, okay, good.
Yeah, see, there's only 4.
Again, one of those little modifications
Yeah.
we're all going to have to get used to. Second shot doesn't go, so he misses them both. But Frontier comes away with the rebound. Bounce pass in the paint, stolen back by Turners. Here come the Thunder. Burnett. Over to Green.
And Frontier is just all over every pass.
Yeah, it's really an impressive display. And it's unusual to pitch a shutout for an entire quarter of basketball, but not the way Frontier's playing D right now.
Don't jinx it.
Taylor Green to throw it in for the Thunder. Bounce pass into Peterson. And stolen away again.
Frontier on the break. Or slow it down, run a set.
Definitely more steals than points in this first quarter for Frontier. Faze Pullen's shot is an air ball. Rebound pulled down by the Thunder. Now a tie up under the basket. Possession arrow favors Turner's Falls. 1:02 to go in the first quarter. 4-0 Frontier. We've been stuck on 4-0 for a while.
Yeah. Couple minutes now.
Young now with it. Emily.
Again, they're just hounding the ball handlers.
Young running through. Shot no good.
It's a good look.
Put back does not go. Still bouncing around up there. And it's going to be a whistle, and this is going to go back the other way for Frontier.
So now Turner's trying a little bit of Frontier no medicine with a full court press here.
Mays Pullen breaks it, crosses half court, and dragged a foot.
Yeah.
38.2 seconds to go, first quarter, 4-0 Frontier. And it looks like the Thunder might get one more whack at it to see if they can snap this shutout, this first quarter shutout.
Turner's has struggled just to cross half court sometimes. Oh, good drive there.
Burnett tried to drive and got blocked. Stood up nicely by Hannah Mackin, the freshman. And
They're going to call blocking foul.
they're going to call blocking foul. I thought she had the lane blocked pretty well, but
her feet were set, but
inbound it goes to Young. Young gets a screen. Young stops. Dishes back to Peterson. Peterson runs it cross court. Peterson left side to Young. Young, nice steal.
look at Mackin.
That was Caitlin Mackin. Goes up strong. Shot no good. Put back follow no good.
2 good looks by Frontier.
And Peterson comes down with the rebound. 5 seconds left. This is Taylor Green. Up ahead. And that will do it in the first quarter. We played one quarter of Goodnoe Gymnasium in South Deerfield. At the end of one quarter, the Frontier Redhawks lead the Turner's Falls Thunder by a count of 4-0. Second quarter action upcoming. This is Red Hawk basketball on Frontier Community Access Television.
Well, first quarter.
For next week, for those of us joining on the live stream, the boys are back, and it looks like it's going to be a North Quabbin tour coming through here next week, as Athol and Mahar will both be making appearances here in this building. We'll get a first look at the boys.
Yeah, and the boys team had a lot of roster changes.
Yeah, it's just a strange year, and well, I'll be curious to see what they bring back from last year, what the mindset is. Certainly, they got walloped pretty good by Hopkins the other night. The Siagalo show is in full effect in Hadley. And conversely, the Frontier girls pretty much had their way
Yeah.
with the Hopkins girls. So we'll find out what Athol and Mahar bring to the dance next week here on Frontier Community Access Television.
Those will definitely be interesting games to watch.
Frontier to inbound, right in front of us, and it's going to be Elena Mays-Pullen throwing it in to Hannah Mackin. Back to Pullen. Right corner to Sierra. Cross court. Back in the corner it goes.
Picked off.
And a steal. And Lima Tannen is a good ball player.
Yeah, that was a great pick off there.
Of course, she is the daughter of Jay Lima Tannen, who's an assistant coach for the Turner's boys. Quick bump and run foul there on Sierra Warren. Her first, team's fifth.
What's important here for Frontier is to not let small things get to you. You know, have a turnover, but recover back on D and play just as well as you have been.
Exactly. Inbound pass, it goes to Avery Tilla. And Brooke Thayer is over there, and then they lose control, and Frontier gets it back.
It's so hard to get. Once you crack that first basket, it becomes so much easier to find your groove offensively. But Frontier's done a great job of shutting that off.
Sierra Warren now with it, top of the key, left side to Mays-Pullen. In the corner it goes. And once again to Sierra, but Lima Tannen anticipated it. It went off of Warren, actually, so Turners will get it back.
And if Turner's plays just a little bit quicker, I think they need to run a couple sets, try to drive into the paint, get a few more good looks. They've had a couple good looks through driving.
Maddie Lima Tannen, bounce pass on the right side to Tobias. Back in the middle. Now on the floor, going for it, is Spera. $11 to shoot.
Oh, nearly picked off. We've got to run some sort of play here. 5 seconds.
5 seconds. It's ticking down.
We've got to fire.
And they're not going to get it off.
Oh, my.
That's the second shot clock violation forced by the Frontier defense in this basketball game.
This is textbook beautiful defense here by Frontier.
Frontier to inbound. And Warren, Warren got hit with the overplay as Maddie Lima Tannen thought she was going to get a steal and got a lot of contact.
Yeah.
Her first, team's third, non-shooting. They'll inbound under the basket. Dulett inbounds it. Now, right now stuck in a double team. And getting out of it was Mackin. Nice jumper from the corner, spins out.
Not a friendly rim at all.
Rebound controlled by Frontier. That was Rebecca Bridwell who missed that shot.
Frontier's doing a great job of ball movement, making sure almost every player touches on offense.
They're trying to feed the paint.
Oh.
Ball's loose.
Players hitting the deck.
Possession arrows get a favor Turners as the ball gets tied up top of the key. Lima Tannen to throw it in for the Thunder. 6:13 to go in the half. It'll be a very, very brief halftime, I'm told. They don't mess around.
New COVID changes.
Ball loose. Lima Tannen now looking for it on the baseline. Hits the floor. A lot of scrumming going on. It's still going to be Turner's basketball. That went off the leg of the Frontier player Dulett.
Frontier's just released the Dobermans on them defensively. I mean, they're just pounding them down.
Inbound pass goes to Avery Tilla. Now there's
another
a steal. And this is Sierra Warren. Lays it up and in.
Show and go. And that's defense leading to instant offense. That's what you like to see.
6-0. Frontier with the lead. Lima Tannen now. And a jump ball favors Frontier.
And it seems almost every time Turner comes down the court, they get caught up in some sort of double team where it leads to a jump ball.
Well, certainly a much more aggressive mindset, I think, defensively. Although Turner's has had some good defensive moments as well, but not quite as locked down as the Redhawks have been.
I mean, if you notice, there's a lot of kicking around the top of the key for Frontier, and then normally what happens is Turner's will play a little up on it, so then they'll find an open player down in one of those side two corners for a good shot.
Correct.
They run that play a couple times now.
Dulett inbounds it. It's up ahead.
Whoa.
It gets knocked down.
Yeah, bodies colliding.
I'm going to call her for a travel. The Thunder will inbound in front of their own bench. Taylor Green throws it in.
Frontier's falling back more into that normal just half-court press. We saw him run a little bit earlier, three-court.
Green gets it from Young, runs right side. Tries to feed Peterson on the right elbow. Now a whistle. This is going to be a pushing foul. And it's going to be the second foul on Charlotte Dulett.
Green inbound for Turner's.
Inbound pass to Emily Young. Young, top of the key.
And what Frontier just did there was a beautiful swap off that pick. They didn't double team one player, they just swapped.
Back in the middle to Burnett. Burnett trying to feed the paint. And another whistle.
And it's tough because Turner is running these really nice picks to try to swap up, but unfortunately, Frontier's team is very swappable, so they're not getting too many mismatches.
And that's 3 on Dulett. And then we're shooting a 1-and-1 as that's the 7th team foul for the Hawks. At the line is Dylan Burnett. Trying to break the shutout here halfway through this second quarter. He gets the first one.
And that's important.
She will get one more. And that one's good. So she makes them both.
Free throws offensively. Part of your good fundamentals play will help bring Turner's closer to coming back into this.
Now, a pass intended for LaFord was blocked, not out of bounds by Taylor Green.
Tipped.
And Frontier will keep it with 25 on the shot clock. Lobbed into Warren. Sierra, top of the key. Kick back right side. Mackin with it. Caitlin feeds the paint. Nice little triangle. Shot up, no good. Put back, no good.
And Frontier loves running those little low post plays. They love running those baseline jumpers.
Abby Howard got fouled on the way up, so she will get a couple of shots here.
The foul went on Taylor Green of Turner's.
First one, no good. It did look like Frontier was running a modified triangle offense there in that right corner, which was something Chicago Bulls did with great success back during their championship run. Nice to see a little bit of a different. You don't see the triangle play an awful lot at this level.
Not in the modern.
But that definitely had shades of a triangle set. Second shot does not go. Lane violation. As crashing early for Frontier was Mackin. Caitlin Mackin, one of the captains on this team, along with Rebecca Bridwell and Amelia Sobieski. I believe is injured.
Caitlin Mackin.
Now there's a steal. Warren lays it up. Does not go. Put back. Does not go, but fouled on the way up.
The Frontier's just not willing to quit, not give an inch.
I don't know if we're going to see Amelia Sobieski or when this season. I think she's injured at this point. But she often brings another dimension to the offense. Caitlin Mackin's first shot spins out. She'll get one more. That foul, by the way, was on Holly Myers of Turner's, her first, team's 5th. Mackin's second shot goes. So she makes 1 of 2.
7-2. Frontier looking to extend their lead. Look at this.
Largest lead of the game so far for the Hawks. And a bump.
Yeah. I didn't see much there, but
I didn't either, and I think LaFord is questioning whether or not that was actually a foul. But she's going to get called her second, so it's going to be a 1-1 for Emily Young.
and if you're Frontier with 4 minutes left being the bonus, you got to be a little bit careful here.
First shot does not go. Rebound pulled down by Mackin. Mackin up ahead. And a steal. Good anticipation by Green. Green trying to drive through. Now quick jumper from the top of the arc. No good. Rebound. Turner's still with it. Put up jumper. Good!
Oh.
A high arcing shot by Dylan Burnett. And she has all of her team's points in this game. 7-4, Frontier by 3. Jumper from the corner is no good. Rebound pulled down by Turners. Here come the Thunder. They spin it back. Lob it down in the corner to Holloway. Turnaround shot blocked. That was Abby Holloway.
That was stuffed.
And we're going back the other way, but it's still right back by Turners. Holloway with it. Holloway jumper again. Blocked by Mackin. Good timing.
Great rejection.
Now Caitlin has it. Goes cross court to Sierra. Warren, top of the key. In the middle. Back out to Sierra. Sierra for 3. Good!
And that's been the story tonight, is those corner shots.
So Sierra Warren, her first 3 of the game, has 5 points, and now Frontier has double digits. 10-4, up by 6 over Turners.
Starting to get a little bit more critical in this game.
Young, in all kinds of trouble, bounces it out to Burnett. Dillon runs the right side. Dillon trying to feed the paint, the lane actually. And
more free throws for Turners.
Yep. This one they're going to get Rebecca Bridwell on the foul.
And this is definitely one of the downsides for having a more aggressive defensive style, is you're going to get more foul calls.
First shot, front of the iron, no good. She'll get one more. 2:37 to go in the half. Frontier up 10-4 over the Turners Falls Thunder. No good. Misses them both. And the rebound comes down. And it's still Turner's ball, though.
Yeah, you're saying off of Mackin.
Checking into the game is Avery Tilla for Turners, replacing Dylan Burnett. Lima Tannen inbound in front of the Frontier bench. And
miscommunication.
that was a miscommunication. She was looking for
Perez.
Lily Spera. And what happened was she just went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And it was obviously a set play that someone wasn't on the same page with. Inbound pass. Sarah Warren now has it. Warren up ahead to Mackin in the corner. Back to Mackin. Elbow. They feed the paint. Nobody there. Caitlin now loses control. Jumper on the right side of an air ball. No good. Battle for the rebound. Fight for it. And Turners comes away with it. Up ahead to Lima Tannen. Lima Tannen, jumper high. Jumper way up there. Missed badly, and we're going back the other way.
That shark was almost a little reminiscent of a Steve Nash, where he had those super high arcing shots.
Right. And Warren passes behind her as Howard tried to feed Warren, trailing her, and just was one step behind her. Lima Tannen trying to go cross court. And they try to feed it to the top of the key, and it's stolen back by Frontier again. That's some crazy passing going on there. Jumper.
Oh,
Good.
splash.
A catch and shoot 3 for Kylie LaFord. And that's 5 points for Kylie. 13-4. This is the largest lead for Frontier.
Yeah.
8 points.
Now Frontier's not just pouring it on defensively, they're pouring it on offensively. Mackin with the steal. Breakaway.
Caitlin bumped on the
The
way
bump
up.
in. 1.
Count it 1 for Caitlin Mackin. Big time play there. So Caitlin has a chance to convert a 3-point play here. 15-4.
Brooke Thayer. Obviously, she makes this. It'll push it to a 12-point Frontier lead.
And good. Well, we've seen Frontier can score already this season, score in bunches when they get hot. And right now they're starting to heat up a little bit.
Up a dozen.
Hunters with the ball now. Minute 10 to go in the half. Lima Tannen trying to spin out a containment. Sierra Warren runs it up. Sierra stops. This is back to Mackin. Caitlin to Sierra, top of the key. And they throw it around the horn. Cross court.
Beautiful down low cut. Now it's just getting showtime out there.
Yeah, it's starting to get away from Turner's as Frontier has opened up a 14-point lead here in the second quarter.
And again, 14 of Frontier's 18 points coming in this quarter. Huge scoring increase.
Cross court pass goes through everybody, out of bounds. Frontier ball with 35 seconds left.
See if your Turners, you got to pump the brakes here a little bit, try to slow Frontier's tempo.
Inbound pass it goes to Denise Pullen. Sarah Warren now with it, 30 seconds left. Sierra drives through, shot blocked on the way up. Well defended.
Yeah, sent back the other way by Perez.
And it's going to be Turner's ball. Shot clock will be off, 24.8 seconds to go in the half. Turners will play for one shot here if they can. Brooke Thayer with it, up ahead to Peterson. Will give and go in the lane, shot no good. Rebound controlled by the Hawks. Warren, 10 seconds left. Sierra, left side.
They have a chance at a good look here.
And it's going to be Turner's basketball. Is stepping on the baseline while falling down was Bridwell. 3.3 seconds left.
Look for the half-court pass.
Or the out-of-bounds pass.
Yeah. It's a 1.9. Frontier is in Turner's half of the court. They have a chance here for a good look. They'll have to be quick.
It has to be a catch and shoot kind of a thing if they can find somebody that can do that.
Obviously, you only need 0.3 though to take a shot.
Cross court.
They do get it off.
For 3. Air ball, and that's how the half will end. We have played one half of basketball from Goodnoe Gymnasium at the end of one half. Frontier, Lady Redhawks 18, Turner's Falls Thunder 4. Second half action coming next. This is Frontier Community Access Television.
All right, welcome back to Frontier High School girls basketball. We're in Goodnow Gymnasium. First half is behind us. Frontier leads 18-4. Defense has been the story so far tonight.
Absolutely, and well, there's been some good offensive performances. Caitlin Mackin has 6 points, 5 for Sierra Warren, and 4 for Kyla Ford, and 2 points for Charlotte Dulett, who also has 3 fouls right now.
Yeah, I gotta be a little careful with that.
And all the scoring for Turners has come from Dylan Burnett, who has 4 points, 2 foul shots, and a field goal.
But if you're Turners, I think you kind of have to change the terms that this game's played on. You can't let it be dictated by Frontier's defense the whole time. You have to kind of flip it on its head, if you would.
Correct.
All right, so we Mac and inbound for Frontier. Zero will take it up. Picked up close by Emily Young. Kicks it over. Forward inside Mackin. And you can't let that happen if you're Turners.
Yeah, that was almost too easy. And now it's a 20-4 lead.
Young up for Turners. Double teamed. They take it out, gets over to Green. Over to Burnett. Back over to Young. Picked up by Sarah Warren. Over to Taylor Green. Driving in the lane. Just off the front rim. Back over the rebound. Ahead we go for Frontier. Full court pass. It's still Frontier ball. 3 by Sierra. It's good. She's got 8 points now.
Yeah, and they're starting to really heat up now offensively.
23-4. Mackin all over Young. Turner is struggling just to get it past that 3-point arc. All over him. Forward with the pick off over to Sierra. The corner, Mackin. Kicks it down low to Charlotte. Back out. Ford's 3 no good. Gets her own rebound. Back inside Gillette. Good passing here by Frontier. Beck will take a shot. Won't go.
That's the best passing we've seen all night.
But yeah. Rebound Green. Gonna take it up for Turners. Shares all over Taylor Green. Gonna drive it inside. Kick back out. Now with Peterson. Peterson over to Burnett. The leading scorer for Turners with all their points. Inside. That changes now. Because Peterson hits a kiss off the glass. So it's 23-6. Here kicks it corner over to Mackin. Inside Duet. It's bobbled out and ends up in Green's hands. So it'll be Turners pushing it up over here. Burnett stuck on the corner. Jump ball. The Ford managed to get their hands in on it.
The arrow favors Turners.
There's a couple of subs here. I believe it's going to be almost a full team swap. Be Maddie to inbound for Turners. They had an extra player out there, so they had to. It's in. Fair. They were picked up by Warren inside. Running down, kicks it back out. Containment shot's no good. Rebound. They are running shot. Wildly off.
Yeah, that was a hook shot that I'm not sure where that was intended.
Frontier will push it back. Turner's way. In corner, Mackin. Mackin will try for 3. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound Turners. So it'll be Young taking up here, driving on Mackin. Stops. We're going to call fouling on Mackin with the defensive bump. So will be her second foul of the game. And Matainen will inbound for Turners. Send it to Perez. Perez. Bounce step shot, no good. Gets her own rebound. Sierra picks it off. Running it down the court to Mackin. Mackin inside for 2.
good job to Mackin even to get to that ball. That was
Yeah.
way ahead of her.
That's just good offense. Imitating top up, calling out screen, hits it over to Young. Defensive foul, I believe.
A little bit of a bump there by Caitlin.
Yeah. Can only be so aggressive on defense.
Third foul on her.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit careful once you get into that 3-4 territory. Limiting the inbound here for Turners. Gets it into Perez. Perez low post. Picked up by Charlotte. Throws it over. Won't go. Rebound Sierra. Bobbled around on the ground. Turners ends up with it. Back Frontier ends up with it. Jump ball. Of course, there were about 6 bodies hitting the ground there.
Well, Sierra, the smallest one on the court, had no problem going in there after that ball.
Yeah. That's what it takes in basketball sometimes to survive. It's not so much about the height as so much energy and effort you put in. Quick sub in here as Tobias will sub in for Perez for Turners.
The lead again is 19 for Frontier, 25-6.
Yeah, the Thunder are struggling. As I say that, they get a good pick-off on defense. Pushing it back Frontier's way. Over to Thayer. Inside. Tobias shot. Rejected by Dulett. Now we're running it back this way. Mackin. To Sierra. Sierra, corner 3. Rims out. Rebound, Charlotte. Back up to Sierra. Over Rebecca. Rebecca pump fake. Pivot spin. Gets the pass over to Charlotte on the other side of the court. Out of bounds. Stepped on the line. So it'll be Turner's ball. Will be a couple subs here. Looks like Elena and Hannah and Abigail will come in as Sierra, Charlotte, and Rebecca all go for a break. 3:55 left here in the third quarter. A very large lead for Frontier. And defense has been the story, but offense is quickly trying to take the show light. Turner's calling on a couple plays. Trying to drive it in here. Just being harassed. Throws it up, no good. Putback, no good. Rebound, Mackin.
Just not falling for Turners.
No. The drive. Looks like it was going to be a clean block. He passed out.
You know, it looked like Caitlin was determined to go to the basket, just seemed to pull up at the last second. And that's why she should end up short-arming that shot.
So it'll be Thayer here for Turners. Picked up my hand, trying to pivot around here using the screen. Shut off. Back over to Green. Green top of the three-point line. Driving inside, loses it, hits the ground, throws it out. Frontier ball. And Turners just keeps getting shut off here on offense. So it'll be Hannah Mackin to dribble it up here for Frontier. Send it to Caitlin. Down low. Out of bounds, but it will stay Frontier ball. So Mackin will inbound on the sideline. That's also one of the new COVID rules is that you can't inbound it underneath the basket like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to inbound it, I believe, from the sideline, even if it goes out underneath the basket. Yeah, no more stacking. So it'll be Green inbound for Turners. Frontier running a full man-to-man press, and it works. Beautiful steal there by Elena. And shot is no good.
Oh!
Rue hits the deck.
It's got to be 4 on Caitlin if that's...
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
That's a hip check.
And so much about it is about positioning, too. I mean, if you have those feet set, it's going to be hard to call a defensive foul against you. So that is 4 on Mackin. So she will take a seat as Rebecca Bridwell checks in. Lima Taman will also check in for Taylor Green of Turners. And she will inbound. 25-6. The score has not changed in a couple minutes here now. Gets it in. Trying to just get it away from full court press here. Gets it in. Good open drive. Puts it up, foul.
Ooh. And that was an aggressive foul, but
Yeah. I think it's a good idea, though, for Turner to really try to just take it to him at the basket, draw those fouls, shoot those free throws, try to cut into this lead. So it'll be the third on Kylie LaFord. And the team will shoot 2. Makes the first. Be her first point. (25-7). 18-point lead for Frontier. Thunder trying to cut back at this thing. Second one, short.
Now, if there were a crowd here, they'd be chanting airball.
Yep.
You hear chanting airball, but we're not.
The Frontier fans would not let you get away with that
No.
one peacefully.
The sixth man would be
Yeah.
in hysterics at this point, but
Back in, runs it over to Elena. Elena, yeah, it's all about that positioning of that feet. You can't be moving and hip checking them along with them. So go on Lima Tim in her second. So inbound for Frontier. Puts it over. And Howard double teamed. Travel, extra step. It's a good forced turnover by Turners. Continue inbound. Gets it in, gets it back. Driving here against Frontier, trying to break that press. Kicks it low. Over to Young. Double teamed. Has to get it out. Ends up in LaFord's hands. All the way, coast to coast. It's up and in. Kylie LaFord. 2 more punts for Frontier's lead, now up to 20. We're going to call a legal screen on 24, which would be Abby Holloway of Turner's, so it's going to be Frontier ball. 27-7, the story here has been Frontier's defense and offense. They've put the pressure on in every aspect. We're going to hand it back up top to he's pulling inside Howard. Up to the key. Rebecca shot. Just off. Rebound Young. And Turners, they just can't get an inch of room on the offensive end.
yeah, it's been really frustrating for them.
And you can see it. There's wild passes. The trouble of the dribbling. It all adds up. Gets to a certain point where it also becomes a mental effect with the player's mindset. 1:47 though left here in the third. We'll see if Turner can kind of turn the tide, so to speak.
The 30-point lead, or 20-point lead, excuse me.
I was going to say.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Elena really double teamed. Maybe I'm going to call a reach in.
Well, it's too bad because they had her pretty much hemmed
Yeah,
up.
that was.
That was good defense.
I thought it was a textbook double team, but. So it'll be the first on Dylan Burnett, her first foul. Frontier now with it. Again, Turner's trying more of an aggressive full court press here. Leads to wide open Frontier on the other end. Try to kick it to low post. Howard post move, spin off the glass and in.
Nicely done. Good timing.
Yeah.
Use the backboard to her advantage.
Great pivot step there. Entertainment down low, picked off. Yep. Into Frontier's hands. Dylan does a nice job there recovering with it. Kicks it off to Mackin. Over to Elena. Finds an open Rebecca. Oh, foul on 24, which would be Abby Holloway.
And she came in there hard.
Yeah.
Got her money's worth on that one. 4th team foul for Turner, 2nd for Holloway.
A couple of free throws here. Just off. As many players would call it the bent rim effect.
Yeah.
Timeout. So they'll take the break and we will too. This is Frontier Community Access Television High School Girls Basketball. I mean, we were just talking games, so there's nothing.
Okay.
All right, well, welcome back. Goodnow Gymnasium, where Frontier is not disappointing the home crowd, even though there isn't much of one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the home crowd watching on the stream.
Yeah, cheering from home. Second free throw, rolls in. Now Frontier's lead stands at 30-7. Turner's here. Frontier immediately running a full court press. Dyer with it, trying to get up here for Turner's. Trying to use a screen, but doesn't. Gets around the key. Whoa, large pass there, dangerous. Backcourt
Over and back.
violation.
Well.
Yeah. Avery Tello went to go save it, but it was touched by by Turner, so there wasn't much you could do there. So now we'll see what Frontier can do here. They're running a lot more of their deeper bench, giving them some good minutes here to play. Different roster lookups, but we'll see what Frontier can do. Charlotte with it now. Picked up by Thayer. Over to the forward. Bullet pass inside off the leg of Turner's. Tella now with it for Turner's. Kicks it. Back out. There's a shot from the wing. No good. Rebound Summer. Head. Forwards puts it up. No good. Put back Charlotte. No. A scrum at the bottom of the board there. Ends up Turner's way. They got numbers. 3-on-2. Puts it up. Tella gets to go.
A rare offensive spurt
Yeah.
with a numbers advantage for Turner's.
A little bit of life seems to have come back into Turner's now. But that'll do it for the quarter. Frontier still leads a very strong 21-point lead here, 30-9. We'll be back in a minute. You're watching Frontier. All right, welcome back. We're watching some Frontier Community Access Television, high school girls basketball. Frontier has been blowing Turner's out here so far. That's essentially been the story throughout the whole game. I mean, staunch defense, some quick show and go offense. Not much to complain if you're Frontier. Should be Young up top for Turner's, picked up by Sierra. Using a screen. Just trying to find something here. Kicks it over, left side. Back over top of the key. Trying to pound it inside, picked up by two defenders. And picked off. Should be a little forward with it. Puts it up. Just off. Rebound Young for Turner's. And picked out.
That ball did not want to fall.
Yeah, and that makes LaFord's fifth steal that I have recorded, but Young bring up now for Turner's. Getting that pick, but couldn't quite pick up or dribble there, so Timmy Taman now top of the key. Kicking inside, picked off by Mackin. Ahead we go. Frontier with it. Ooh, LaFord hits the ground. Ooh. LaFord's shaking up a little bit there.
That didn't look like it felt real good.
No. Hardwood doesn't feel good when you fall on it. It'll be Turner's ball. We'll see what Emily Young can do for Turner's being the ball handler. Pushing it mid-side, picked up by 3 Frontier defenders. Jump ball. Possession arrow favors Frontier.
I haven't seen that many tie-ups in this game like that. A couple, but not as many as you're used to seeing at this level.
Charlene runs it to Mackin. Mackin will dribble it up here. There's 3 Frontier defenders on her. Jump ball. Some great positioning there by Abby Holloway to force a turnover. So Leamington here to inbound. We will see what happens for Turner's this possession. I'm bringing it up. Trying the screen. Gets an open mid-range look. Pulls off front iron. Charlotte with the rebound. Ford kicks it. Over to Sierra. Far right side, Mackin in the corner. Back up Sierra. Get over LaFord. Over Rebecca. Inside of Mackin. Immediately swarmed by Turners. Gets out of the trap. Duet. Frontier's just kicking around the arc right now.
Not much time.
Duet fires from 3. Back iron, no good. Nearly gets her own rebound. It'll be Turner's ball. They ruled that Frontier had touched it last. Young inbound, kicks it over to Myers. Myers now with it. Kicks it back over to Young. Young to drive. Frontier's shutting off those baseline drives. Making it difficult here for Turners. Tobias now with it. Will pull from 3. Well short. Rebound Leamington. Back over to no good. Before the rebound. Charlotte on the other end. And boy, that's just been the story tonight. Yep. Frontier's defense leading to instant offense.
Yep, and that's what great defenses do. They spur the offense.
Tobias now with it for Turners. Gets it over. Little drive by Myers. Puts it up off the glass. It won't go. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back. Yes. Myers wouldn't give up on that play. Got 2 for Turners.
And they're into double digits now, 32-11.
Just 5 minutes left here in the 4th. It'd be incredible to see Turners come all the way back, but LaFord kind of burying the lead there. Leamington will bring it up to Turners, kicks it over to Tobias, top of the arc, back over to Young. Young picked up by Warren. Smaller defender, but still just as effective. Kicks it over. Myers driving baseline. Kicks it over to Tobias. Tobias will pull. It's off. I believe it's going to stay Turner's side. They ruled Frontier had touched it. A lot of subs here. We have Hannah Mackin and Elena, Abigail Howard. Excuse me. Timeout blue. All right, so timeout Turners. They're going to take the break, so we will too. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Frontier Girls lead 34-11. All right, welcome back. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television, high school girls basketball. Frontier has had a very dominant game here in Goodenow Gymnasium, their home court. Obviously, there's no sixth man present, but that hasn't stopped them from using the home court advantage. So Abigail Howard inbound, gets it in Olena. Millie trapped up there, dribbles out of it, splits past two Turner's defenders. Get passed down, kicks it over Sierra. Sierra back over Olena. Olena picked up tightly there by Burnett. Sierra. Sierra tries from three, won't go. Rebound Burnett. Turner's going back with it. Dyers has it, top of the key. The way Elena kicks it over. Burnett, who was an early scorer for Turner's. Travel, yeah. Jumped.
That was, see that starting to develop. Again, well, good pursuit by Frontier to force that turnover.
Yeah, I mean, turnovers sometimes are given, but sometimes they're also very much earned.
True.
So Elena in here to inbound it for Frontier. Turner's trying to run a full court press, trying to just change momentum here. Get over to Hannah.
That was an extra step, too.
Some noticeable travels here. It'll be Turner's ball. Emily Young to inbound. Thayer back over to Young. And going past Mackin. Driving baseline. Stopped. Kicks it back over. Top of the key, Thayer. Or Young in the corner. Double teamed. Kicks out of it. Getting a pick there. Bobbles out. And Sierra Warren's hands. She puts on the Jets. Can't convert. Be the other way with it. Oh, wow. Perez puts it in off the glass. Now we're playing some really quick tempo basketball here. Sierra Warren back over to Rebecca. Over to Elena. Back over to Sierra. Just 10 seconds into the shot clock. Driving floater mid lane. Hits back iron, no good. Perez with a rebound.
It's kind of a pace you usually expect to see in the first couple of minutes of a game.
Yeah.
Not the final 3 minutes of a game. I mean, the game started off relatively slowly, and that was because Frontier's defense slowed everything down. But now, both sides are running and gunning a bit here.
Yeah, game's a lot more open. Like a catch fire from mid-range, no good. Rebound Perez, double team by Frontier, kicks out of it. We'll be dribbling it up here. Young kicks over to Thayer, back over to Young. Young top the key, mid-range, fires. Hits front iron, no good. Down Perez puts it back up. They're going to wave off the basket, I believe. So I'm going to call a holding foul against William Mays Poland here. Should be her first. So I believe Turner's took a timeout. So we'll take the break too. Frontier leading 34-13. Themselves. Frontier's still in their huddle. Obviously, huddles look a little different now with the little COVID thing. More spread out, less players involved. But still getting across that good information. So it'll be a Turner's inbound on the side of the court. It'll be Young to inbound. Perez down low. Jump shot. No good. Short. Put back up and in. And that's Steph Peterson. Mackin dribbling it up here, trying to facilitate the ball. Kicked off by Perez. Perez starting to try to change the momentum here of the game a little bit. Couple solid rebounds, offensive possessions. Now with it. Just over 2 minutes left here in the game. Young sideline. Back over the floater. Puts up a running floater. No good. Hacked. It's likely she'll shoot 2 here. Well, the blue subs in here. That'll be the second foul on Lemay's Poland. And again, both teams putting some sub-ins here. Swapping out a lot of this starters of this game. Give them a break for what's left of it. Give some of the more newer players some good time here to get some good play time in. With 2 minutes 15 left in the fourth. So be inbound. Warner Myers collects it. Sits for a mid-range jumper. Hits right iron, no good. A scrum for it. Materi put back up and in. Now he put back up and in there for Turner for 2. They're gonna call foul, I believe. On Turner's, so it will be Burnett's second foul. Inbound here. Really lost it, kicked it up court, and that was a pass away right into Tobias's hands. On the other end, sets for a jumper, just off. Limitanen won't give up. Good fight for it to keep Turner's possession. Turner's inbound. Kicks it into Tobias. Back up top, Burnett. Fires. Hits back iron, no good. Recovered by Burnett. Recovered her own shot. Limitanen, running jumper. Kiss off the glass and in. Up ahead pass. On the break. Puts it up. That's up and in. Brianna. Frontier. Frontier's firing on all cylinders. Limitanen drive, midline, floater, short. Corralled by Turner's. Staying with it. Now with it, top of the key. Limitanen back over to Tobias. Tobias dribbling around. Really picked off there. Puts it over. Dribble. Out. Rutherford tries to splash it in from deep. Won't go. Fight for the rebound. Brianna managed to get the rebound there for Frontier. Then a foul was called. That would be Limitanen's 3rd foul. It'll be Frontier's ball.
Well, she's definitely stepped up her game in this last quarter. Limitanen has.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where it's just too little too late. Molly Gates ends up with it. Kicks it in. Middle. Shot attempt, no good. A reach in. So that means that we'll put Myers at the line as call a foul on Frontier. We caught on 30, which is a man Keelos Robinson. Her first. Let's see the bonus. Little shooting pre-throw ritual. Goes up. It's off. It'll be Frontier balls. It was a 1-and-1. Will Robinson looks to inbound. Kicks it in. Back over to Katie. Trying to dribble out of it. It's Molly Gates. Molly Gates recovers it for Frontier. Gates passes it up ahead. He couldn't get the pass there. Just a little too far away from Brianna. Limitanen here at inbound for Turner's. Just 23 seconds left, and at this point it's all for formality. See if Turner's can end on a high note, though. Look at Tobias. Drive, shut off. Kicks back out. Struggling. Good look there, but Limitanen is off. Rebound, Turner's. Jump ball. His Gates was all over it.
Possession arrow favors Frontier, and that's probably going to do it. They'll inbound it and got it here with win number 2.
Again, Frontier, once again in a very, very strong winning fashion here. And that'll do that. And good now. The home team takes the win. Frontier Redhawks. off a little bit.
We'll take a quick break, come back and wrap things up. You're listening to and watching Frontier Community Access Television. Frontier defeats Turners Falls by a score of 36-19. Chris Collins, Zach Leno back out here at Goodnote Gymnasium. Our executive producer, of course, is Kevin Murphy. Alec Eckel is here as well. And the Frontier Redhawks ride a strong defensive performance and easily dispatch the Turners Falls Thunder by a count of 36-19. The final score actually makes it seem closer than it really was.
Yeah.
It was pretty much all Frontier, especially in that first half. But defensively, this is the second time now in second consecutive game where Frontier has not allowed more than 20 points. And that's, if you can keep your opponent to under 20 points, you're going to win most games at this level. And they certainly did that tonight.
And it was a strong defensive performance, especially early for Frontier. I counted up a total of 27 steals for Frontier. I mean, they're just suffocating on every pass, every drive. They had an answer on the defensive end.
Do we have any final numbers to report before we take off?
Some notable scores today was Kayla Mackin. She scored double figures with 10. Sierra Warren had 8. Kyla Ford had 9. Again, some strong scoring here by Frontier. Burnett and Peterson led the way. Limatana led the way with 5 points for Turners, while Peterson and Burnett tied with 4 for second most points. Besides that, Frontier started with defense, ended with offense.
Our next broadcast in this building will be next week, Tuesday night, weather permitting, as the Athol Red Raiders come to town to take on the Frontier Boys. And again, coverage begins right around 5:30 live here on Frontier Community Access Television and on the FCAT media page at youtube.com. My broadcast partner, Zach Leno, for Kevin Murphy, Alec Eckel, and the crew here. I'm Chris Collins. The final score, Frontier defeats Turners 36-19. So long from Frontier Community Access Television.